2021's The Suicide Squad, written and directed by James Gunn, was recently released. The film, as with its namesake DC Comics series and other adaptations, chronicles teams of supervillains being released from prison and tasked with life-threatening government missions, meaning potentially grave danger for the characters, who are impressively textured. The film openly showcases their malevolence alongside humanizing qualities in order to encourage valid audience sympathy, helped by the hugely committed performances. Once again, Margot Robbie masterfully channels the excitement, eccentricity, fragility and viciousness of Harley Quinn. Idris Elba's presence is suitably commanding, ruthless, abrasive, compassionate and surprisingly affable as Bloodsport. John Cena is commendably convincing in his role as the humorous, yet gradually complex peacemaker. Daniela Melchior triumphs in expressing the vulnerability, warmth and formidability of Ratcatcher 2. David Dastmalchian is convincingly troubled and pleasant as Polka-Dot Man, a character who I wished in an old video would be featured on film and TV more, before his appearance in The Suicide Squad was widely known. Now, I'm not saying the character appeared in this film partly because of me, I'm saying the character appeared in this film entirely because of me. Sylvester Stallone shows capable comic timing as King Shark. In fact, in preparation for the role, he changed his training program and diet in order to transform himself into a shark man. Peter Capaldi is appropriately intense as the Thinker. Joel Kinnaman and Viola Davis seize the opportunity to excel in their roles as Rick Flagg and Amanda Waller, who are written much more interestingly than in their previous film. And Milton is also there as each character provides invaluable influence on a plot that's layered and suspensefully unpredictable, providing the requisite degree of internal conflict, warm camaraderie, and extremely refreshing, palpable tension, often sorely missing from even the most enjoyable superhero movies, all the while exploring heartfelt and boldly political themes. This plot is conveyed through an enormously self-aware script, rife with considered subversive comedy and the gleeful, controlled embrace of absurdity. The tone is assisted by appealingly stylized presentation, impeccably designed, colourful comic book accurate costumes, striking cinematography, experimental editing, and necessary brutality. The atmosphere is amplified by a fittingly eclectic, appropriately synchronized, mood-enhancing soundtrack in a technique reminiscent of a previous James Gunn penned film about a group of misfits saving the world. That's right, Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. Wait, no, sorry, Guardians of the Galaxy. Costello music by the Fratellis is a favourite album of mine, so one of his songs being prominently featured in this film was extremely rewarding. And Louis Prima's Just a Gigolo song being featured in Harley's signature scene was rewarding too, since I am a fan of Harley and also Just a Gigolo. I'm not even that. The Suicide Squad displays very few weaknesses. One being that when I went to see it, I held the door open for the other people in the cinema, and hardly any of them said thanks. I don't know how, but that's clearly James Gunn's fault. There are moments where its flow feels somewhat disjointed. The movie, not the group of people leaving the cinema. Though these disjointed moments ultimately introduce important plot points. Though the events of one scene were treated as if they'd become important later, and confusingly never really did. This is such a small detail though that it barely affects the film's overall quality. The Suicide Squad, the new Suicide Squad to be precise, the Newer-Side Squad, is a visually pleasing, humorous, well-acted, complete film that reaches astounding degrees of joyful, energetic humour, source material faithfulness, originality, dark suspense, and legitimate, sobering character drama that's very rarely achieved to this extent in superhero movies. It also features a delightful talking dog and more Scooby snacks than you can shake an overly sized sandwich at. Wait, no, that's Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. The Suicide Squad earns a 9.5 out of 10, potentially subject to change on future viewings. Anyone able to tolerate extreme violence with an appreciation for dark humour, strong ensemble casts and high stakes is strongly advised to watch. Watching the first Suicide Squad movie, or indeed any previous DCEU installment, is unnecessary. This film allows itself to be understood and appreciated individually, though you might need to have watched Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. Thanks for watching the review of the Suicide Squad. the Reviewer-Side Squad. I assure you that, in my opinion, all statements made are true of the Suicide Squad, the Truicide Squad. If I don't see you next time, I'll assume you're changing your diet and training program to become a shark man. Me too. So if you're lonely, why do you say you're not lonely? Oh, you're a stupid girl, I know, I heard it's so. Just like you to come and go, and only a girl like you could be lonely. You're so sweet to try, oh my, you caught my eye. A girl like you's just irresistible.